I just want to portray 3 short stories to people today, because I stand 5 foot, but when I stand in front of people united together, I stand 6 foot. And I lose a few years as well, because we have some lessons to learn. Before I come on these demonstrations, and I've been on a few, I usually go and talk to my dad. He's an 88-year-old Jewish man. His short-term memory ain't very good, but his long-term memory is perfect. And he's able to tell me about what it's like to be chased down the street if you're identified by what you wear, or the size of your beard, or the clothes that you wear. And he's also able to tell me about the arguments in the communities that took place. And he said, some people were for staying indoors. Some people thought there was nothing you could do, and they argued. And others came out to defend the communities and to defend the streets, and to say clearly, this is where we live, and we will not be intimidated in any shape or form by any fascist that takes to march through our streets. And we have to be clear about calling them fascists, because that's what they are. The message today, the turnout today, ain't just to Britain First. It's to every other Nazi group that's tried to come and sow division in this town. And one thing that we're proud of in terms of the turnout is they have not got a toehold here, and they will not get a toehold here. The other thing that he's able to tell me, he talks to me about his brother, who died in the Second World War, who's buried in a grave in Tunis. And he says, his grave has been looked after by my Muslim cousin. The grave is kept perfect by a Muslim family. And that's how it should be. Because he knows that Muslims are not his enemy. They're his cousins. They're his friends. And ultimately, when they stand together and fight, they're his comrades. The other story that I think I always have to say when I come to meetings and speak at places like this comes from a man who was called Leon Greenman, who I met 20 years ago on the 50th anniversary of Auschwitz. He took me there and he pointed to the spot where he was separated from his family. And he said, repeat this story, never again. Always repeat this story. What happened to me should never ever happen again. He's long dead now, but his memory remains. Therefore all the placards that say never again and no to the Nazis, they mean something when people stand up. Some people will know about Pastor Nehemiah and his poem. And we've got that moment now. Those that don't know it, have a look on the internet. But the gist of it is really, is when they came for me, there was nobody left to stand up for me. And that's why we all stand together, united. Because we know, when the fascists are let out, then they're scum. When they're let out of the gutter, then they will attack us. They know, at times of austerity, and we learn from history, don't we? At times of austerity, they use things to divide us. That's why I'm so heartened by today. That's why we take a step forward every time we protest, every time we stand up against them. They're the fascists, they're in the gutter. Shame on our politicians that let them out. It's your job to put them back in there, to keep them out of this town and every other town in the country. Thank you.